Everybody, so if you think this AI is so smart, then how come it's not right? Why is it wrong? Because here it says SIRAT Al Mustaqim, the straight path, is only mentioned 3 times. Really? What's wrong? This AI is so advanced it can't seem to count. Because here, as you can see, SIRAT Al Mustaqim is mentioned 33 times. So it looks like AI is wrong in Chat GPT, and this AI is right. Here's all the 33 times it's mentioned. SIRAT Al Mustaqim. It's mentioned 33 times in the Holy Quran. Alright? And that's because Jesus Christ was 33 years old. And that's why we do 33 repetitions at the age of Jesus with our prayer beads, because Jesus was the mercy, and 34 repetitions because John the Baptist was 34 years old and he was the love. So the love and the mercy. And Prophet Muhammad was a mercy, alayhi salam, peace be upon them all. And he returned Jesus and John's repetitions at their age. That's why it's at their age. That's how I know it's mentioned 33 times. SIRAT Al Mustaqim is Jesus Christ's age, because he is Al Miraj, the ladder, the connection is his age. So you can see how you can't even rely on this AI 5 times. Really? Seems like it wants to deceive against Islam, because, you know, hiding 33, the age of Jesus, that's important. It's important to know 33 is the age, the alignment for the heart, coherence, it's called. So coherence is when your heart's electromagnetic field aligns to the frequency of the Earth's electromagnetic field, because God uses the Earth's electromagnetic field to guide the birds. So our heart also receives electromagnetism from the same frequency. That's called coherence, and that's what tasbih is for. Meaning the ladder to heaven, 33 repetitions. That's why 33 is important, because the straight path is mentioned 33 times. You could see the straight path in English is mentioned also 33 times, because that's what SIRAT Al Mustaqim is, the straight path. At the age of Jesus, because we were told by Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, after our prayers, we're supposed to do the tasbihs at the age of John and Jesus, because it expands the heart's electromagnetic field. When you get forgiveness, right? That's what they're for. The human heart electromagnetic field expands with love. All right? It expands with love and it shrinks with fear. So you're an antenna, basically, to receive discernment. So in Islam, discernment is mercy. All right? Firasa, spiritual insight. It's from within. Your intuition, your insight, your gut feelings, all of that is felt from within through the emotion of love and mercy. Expanding your heart's electromagnetic field is to receive mercy, discernment. The nervous system is an antenna for electromagnetic fields. All right? Your whole body function will be enhanced through coherence. That's what the tasbih of Fatima is for. Jesus was the ladder to heaven, meaning his age, 33. So you could see here the ascension of Jesus, right? 33. He was 33 when he ascended, right? The Islamic Miraj, when Prophet Muhammad took the night journey, Isra wal Miraj, from Jerusalem, where Jesus ascended. SIRAT Al Mustaqim, the straight path. Right? In Islam, Prophet Muhammad's Miraj alayhi salam, is a separate event from Jesus' ascension 600 years after. However, Jesus is in Islam associated with SIRAT Al Mustaqim, 33. Unlike other faiths, Muslims believe Jesus was not crucified but was raised to heaven alive at 33. SIRAT Al Mustaqim is understood as the path of righteousness, often linked to the Quran and Islam itself, which Jesus, like other prophets, preached. So SIRAT Al Mustaqim, the straight path, is mentioned 33 times at the age of Jesus' ascension. to the heavens, where Jesus is also considered as a ladder. So here you could see in John 1:5-1 where Jesus did say this, not Paul wrote it, Jesus specifically said this. You shall see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. This verse is direct reference to Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder is the night journey. SIRAT al Miraj, chapter 70 in the Quran. Al Miraj is about Jacob's ladder, with Jesus identifying himself as a true connection between heaven and earth. And that's what I'm talking about when I say ladder to heaven. Quantum entanglement through love. Jesus, mercy, Jesus and John. Love is quantum entanglement. It's a form of connection through emotional connection. Love is a bridge. And that's because God created everything out of 1.618 mathematical structure, which represents love. The foundation of the universe is love. 1.618 is the math representing love. It's in everything. Your DNA, your heart, the Quran, the direction of the prayer for Muslims in the Kaaba, Mecca. 1.618 is the direction of love. It's what we're created out of, God's love. 1.618. 1.618 is Mecca on the earth. Based off the North Pole and the South Pole, the direction of prayer is love. The Kaaba. Literally. I mean, they try to hide it. They don't want people to know that, obviously. They don't like Muslims. But the reality is the direction of prayer is love. Because it's facing God's love. The earth has veins of electromagnetism because its heart is the core. It generates an electromagnetic field. The way your heart generates an electromagnetic field. Your body has veins from your core, your heart. The earth also has veins of electromagnetism. And the Kaaba is built on an electromagnetic ley line. Alright? So you're facing electromagnetism. What guides the birds? Electromagnetism guides the birds. So the heart of the earth generates a field like my heart generates a field. Very similar, right? We're both created out of God's love. Me and the earth. We're created in different forms. The earth has 7 layers of crust. The 7 layers of the earth, based on combined chemical and mechanical model. The crust, the lithosphere, the asthenosphere, the mesosphere, the lower mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. But the core is the heart. It's created out of God's love. The heart generates the field around the earth, right? And it has veins, electromagnetism. And that's because there's 7 layers of skin. Just like there's 7 layers of crust, I have 7 layers of skin because I'm created out of God's love. And there's 7 layers, or 7 heavens, or 7 dimensions, right? Anything created out of God's love has 7. So that's why they circle the Kaaba 7 times. It's because over the Kaaba in heaven, there's Bayt al-Ma'mur, which is over 7 heavens. So there's 7 heavens over the Kaaba, right? Connecting the Kaaba in heaven, the very top heaven. And then you have 7 layers of earth, 7 layers of crust, or 7 layers of atmosphere on the earth, the sky. There's 7 layers of the earth's atmosphere. Anything created out of God's love has 7 heavens, 7 layers, or 7 dimensions. And they're all layered above each other within the same dimension. So there's 7 heavens in the same dimension. There's 7 crusts, there's 7 layers, there's 7 circles around the Kaaba, there's 7 heavens over it, right? And there's 7 heavens over the Temple Mount, Al-Aqsa. 7 heavens and Jacob's ladder are distinct but related, with Abrahamic traditions often linked to the Islamic event of Miraj and the biblical dream of Prophet Jacob, respectively. In Islamic tradition, Prophet Muhammad ascended through the 7 heavens during his miraculous journey. So, to get to the doors of the 7th heaven is over the Temple Mount, Prophet Jacob's ladder. But the alignment of the heart for prayer, to become one with God's 7 heavens, is the Kaaba, the circle. Or you can pray towards it. So there's 2 directions. But the Jews have their own direction, the Muslims have their own direction. And over both directions, there's 7 heavens. God's kingdom has 7 heavens. And his creation, his love, created 7 dimensions, 7 layers, 7 earths, 7 circles around the Kaaba, 7 heavens. Because everything created out of God's love has 7 layers, dimensions, heaven. And that's why when we're praying, this is verse 1 of the Quran, right? We say this every prayer. So this is verse 1. All praise due to God, Lord of the worlds. How many verses are in the chapter 1 that we pray with? 7. All right? There's 7 verses, 7 heavens, 7 layers. Everything created out of God's love. What's the second heaven? Love, mercy. Most compassionate, most mercy. Because in Islam, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ met Jesus, the mercy, and John, the love, in the second heaven during his Miraj. You get it? So the second verse is love and mercy. So on earth, we praise Lord of the worlds. We're in the first heaven. The second heaven, love, mercy, right? John and Jesus are in the second heaven, the love and the mercy. 34 and 33, the alignment for God's love and mercy. SIRAT Al MUSTAQIM, the straight path. 33, love and mercy. 34, the tasbih of Fatima, the repetitions, expands the heart's field. The third heaven, master of the day of judgment. So what happens when the sky splits open? The Quran describes the heaven splitting open. On that day, the earth and mountains will be leveled. Judgment day will begin because the righteous will go to heaven and the wrongdoers will go to hellfire. Why? What is that day? When the second heaven opens, the third heaven, master of the day of judgment. The fourth heaven, how do we get past the day of judgment? What are we supposed to do? You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. We pray and praise. Why? What do we ask for? Guide us along the straight path. The 33 repetitions, SIRAT Al Mustaqim, the prayer direction towards love is the straight path. And why? Because this is the guidance, you guys. The straight path, the tasbih receives guidance, discernment, intuition, alignment, gut feelings, vibes. It's all felt. Because love is felt. God's guidance is felt from within. You have to trust and rely and feel it and believe. When you receive guidance, because it's the path of those you have blessed and not those you are displeased with or those who are astray. So 7 represents love. 7 heavens, 7 layers, 7 atmospheres, 7 crusts, 7 skin, 7 circles, 7 verses. Guide us along the straight path. What's the straight path? Love and mercy.